Great Rising. Put these here. So our morning messages are going to be from these two decks. Today I'm going to be using the Starseed Oracle, switching it up, and the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. This is by John Holland. And this Starseed Oracle deck is by Rebecca Campbell. I have both these decks listed in my description box. If you are interested in purchasing a deck, you can always purchase through me. All right, Grand Rising. Hi, Miss L. Hello. So this morning you're probably wondering what happened. What happened? I did wake up, but I needed to do like a meditation. So I woke up after a little after 7. I had woke up before 7 and ended up falling back asleep. So I did a little bit of a meditation. Then I did a guided meditation, which I'm going to share with you guys because it was super awesome. I sent it to you, Brian. You got it? Just talking to my son. See you. Have a good day. Make sure you watch that meditation I sent you. Um, the meditation that I was watching today is important, and it inspired me to kind of focus on the same type of message. And it's stuff that we talk about, right? This is something that we have been actively talking about. I'm going to go back into my YouTube history just so that I can tell you what it's called, just so you can get a feel of the information. And it was really powerful. The author of the meditation is called Gavin Speaks, and I'm surprised that he doesn't have more followers. And it was called Light Language Healing, Surrender, Detach, and Let Go. Hey, everybody. Hey, why did you retract your message, B? Thank you for joining, though. I didn't get a chance to see it, but great rising, beautiful people. So, the reason I'm bringing up this meditation is because of something he said. And he was talking about self sabotaging behaviors. And I've encountered this in my own healing journey. Basically, feeling like you're not good enough, um, being upset with yourself, possibly even self berating, energies of envy, jealousy, and even if you don't see it as you being jealous or envious, it is that energy of why do they have it and I don't, or why can't I have this? Why is things not working out for me? It's that type of energy. Oh, Grand Rising. Oh, okay, thank you for letting me know. I don't know why that person retracted. That's strange, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I said something that they didn't like. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm glad that you guys are here with me this morning, this AM. And I'm just bringing that up because I want you guys to kind of have a feel of what the message is going to be about today. Okay. Okay. You did? Okay. All right. Let's get started, beautiful people. So he talked about feeling like you're working so hard towards a goal and just it's not working out, right? Things just not working out, and then you become frustrated, you become very um irritated, and then you go into the chasing energy where you're chasing after something, which is a goal maybe, or um but it doesn't work out, and you are constantly chasing after it because of your fear of failure. um Rising, Miss Shelley. And he said it perpetuates that cycle of lack. So it was very informative. I'm trying to get to a part of it so that you guys could hear it. And then I'm going to go into what Spirit wants us to know about why that message came to me this morning. Okay, are you guys good with that? I really pay attention to what is being. I was looking at another, I was actually, at last night, I was watching a zodiac message for my sign. Or it was like a astrological, it was an astrologer. But then I went to another video, but I fell asleep. I didn't watch it because I just fell asleep after I did the live with you guys. So this morning I woke up and I listened to it because I fell asleep, right? And her message was basically the message that I gave yesterday: to be easy, to relax, not to stress out, that things are going to work out. It was the same message, right? Just articulated in a different way. Good. And then I'm looking through the comments because I'm just that person that likes to look at comments. I know that, I don't know if some of you guys do that. Have you ever watched the video and you just immediately go and look at the comments sometimes? So I'm looking through the comments. Hey, Miss Tiara, great rising. And then I see this guy and he was like, he left a comment. And it's like, I'm like, I know this person from somewhere. So I clicked on his page and I remember seeing his ad. He used to have an ad that would always pop up on my YouTube. It was like a really not, it was a really good ad, right? And I would always see it was a manifestation ad. And I'll go to his channel and I'm like, 12,000 subscribers. I'm thinking this man has like 400,000, 500,000 subscribers. He only has 12,000 subscribers, but it was the same guy. And I'm like, that's interesting. I'm like, okay, so I'm going with the flow, right? Because spirit guides you, right? You know how I said that sometimes spirit guides you to certain people, certain information. Sometimes it's you physically meet people, and sometimes it's just browsing on YouTube, browsing on Instagram. You might just come across a post that just calls to you. Hey, Leslie, great rising. So I'm like, okay. So I'm going with it because I'm like, I recognize this person. So I'm looking through his channel, and his channel is Gavin Speaks, and it's really good. His editing is on point. I'm talking about editing is like on a professional, advanced level, like movie production level. Like those videos that have the music in the background and like the different scenes. It's beautiful, right? Not no regular how I do my videos, right? This is like major editing, everything on point. So I'm like, okay. So I looked at one of his videos and he does mostly law of attraction and all that stuff. And he does videos about energy healing and, spiritual modalities. So I went to some of his older videos and I saw one, and then it called to me, and I saw light language, healing, surrender, detach, and let go. I clicked on it and I listened to the whole thing this morning. I'm gonna let you guys hear some of it. I don't know. I'm randomly on one point in the video. I have my phone muted or the volume all the way down. See how his video looks? It is super advanced editing. So you see that? So now I'm gonna play some of whatever this is. I hope I don't get copyrighted.
It's not necessarily that kind of relationship. It's not romantic. It's not family. It's more about the relationship between you and energy, you and source. Okay, so cultivating and building harmony in your relationship to reality.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay. So we need to surrender all of that here and now. Okay. Releasing all energies, connected energies, related energies, similar energies, all energies known and unknown, all energies seen by higher power. Releasing these energies for all time, dimension, and space in all directions. Just say, I love myself inside of your head 5 times.
I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself.
And feel it. If you want, you can put your hand on your heart and feel the power of your heart.
And let me know if you can hear it.
Just release all of these energies. Let them go. Surrender. It's normal for me to love myself 100%.
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 Getting back in harmony with nature, getting back in harmony with the universe. Peace, peace, love, love, light, light. Surrendering all energies. Sabotage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, 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 100% release. Peace. And then all the way back to its inception. We've got 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Release. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, release, 100% release and peace. I'm getting the message that innocence is coming through. I'm seeing like toddlers, I'm seeing like kindergarten stuff. And it's your innocence, going back to your innocence, going back to your peace. So surrendering, in a way, surrendering maturity, to be more playful again. Once you become more playful and less serious about life, you get to experience more of the fun of life, and it raises your vibration. So it's important to be mature and have structure and have disciplines and pay the bills and do all this stuff. But at the same time, it's important to dance, play some music, have fun, and let go of being so tight and rigid. Even if things on the outside are not doing so well, you can still be playful. You can still change your state. You can still change your psychology. You can still have fun and be free. You can still be angelic. You can still tap into your higher power. Support is here for you. And so it's important to be playful and innocent and operate from warmth, operate from sweetness, operate from love, operate from joy, operate from passion, operate from confidence. And so we're surrendering all the energies of, I wouldn't say being too mature, but being too serious. So releasing all energies, connected energies, related energies, similar energies, all energies known and unknown, all energies seen by higher power, releasing these energies for all time, dimensions, space, in all directions. Peace. So I just would like you to repeat peace 5 times in your head. Peace. Let it go. Peace. Surrender. Be free.
So that's kind of to give you a feel of the energies that were presented this morning to me, right? Surrendering, letting go, being still, being at peace. Surrendering, letting go, being still, being at peace. Do you feel like this message was meant for you? Somebody in this chat needs to know that it's time to surrender, let go, and to be at peace. Do you feel like this message was directed to you this morning? Because we are all being guided, and it's so subtle sometimes, right? So subtle. Um, so just to remain focused on the message this morning, okay, to bring back your focus to the message this morning, um, I want you guys to look at your life and look at what needs to be surrendered on all levels. What type of thought patterns, feelings, emotions need to be surrendered in order for you to be in a state of peace, peaceful surrender. It's important because Spirit is guiding you this morning to take a look at how you can find peace in your heart so that you can look at things from a deeper perspective. Because if you're not at peace, if you're constantly being distracted, you're constantly focusing on things that don't make you happy, you're going to be you're going to essentially block yourself off to your own manifestation. Remember, we talked about self focus, we talked about compassion, we talked about letting go of an expectation, letting go of resistance. We talked about, you know, just being still and going at life in a way where it's easy, where there's least um, resistance will bring you to a space where life will become a little bit more easier for you, because a lot of times we are always talking about why is my life so hard, why are things so difficult for me, because you're constantly living in a state of resistance. That's why. So let's go to the Starseed Oracle deck for our first message. Let me know what you thought about that little bit of the audio. And I don't know if you guys, was it clear? Was the audio clear? And I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to actually hear the whole audio. Okay. You might have to rewind it. It says all paths lead home. That is the message from Spirit. All paths lead home. And Spirit wants you to know that it's time for you to tap into your inner authority. It is time for you to tap into your intuition, and it's time for you to turn your gaze within. I know the words are tiny. Okay, we've been so distracted. We've been always focusing on everything that's going wrong, and we're not understanding the basic concepts of manifestation and just being in this energy in a state of constant flow. The disconnect is that we remain disconnected because we are focusing on things that we have no control over. We are focusing on other people's behaviors, other people's emotions, other people's words, other people's actions. We don't have control over other people. We only have control over self. You understand? Peace. So Spirit says all paths lead to home. Let's talk about that message. And I'm going to read it from the author's perspective. And I'm going to give you my intuitive message. Okay. And it's tied to that video. I want you guys to watch it. I'm going to post it under the community tab. Also, I'm posting on my app. You guys will get notifications every time I post. Like if I post a blog, you know that I posted a few blogs. Pardon me, because I know one of those blogs had a whole spelling typo, but Mercury retrograde. I double checked it. I'm not sure why that title was misspelled, but it's okay because it's not, I'm not focusing on little stuff, right? I'm looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is we're all here. We're all connected to each other for a reason. We're not always coming together on lives just because. There is a reason. There is a purpose, and you guys are being led, and you guys are being asked to pay attention because sometimes it is very subtle. Sometimes the answers are right in front of you and you just can't see it just yet. And sometimes the messages are repetitive, and it's because you have to constantly hear it so that you can connect to a spirit. Your spirit guides are saying, we're trying to tell you this information because you keep asking us, what do I need to do to change my life? Why is my every time you ask, spirit is sending you a message to other people through signs, symbols, and synchronicities. He said in his video to ask for spirit to send you synchronicities. Ask for spirit to give you the answers, to give you the signs. Okay. And yes, Free, thank you for posting that. I do not own the rights of that content. I will acknowledge him when I'm finished recording this video so that he knows that I have mentioned him and I have shown some of his content. Um, and it was not meant to, plagiarize his words. It's just I'm using it as, um, again, a resource because we get resources from all different places. There's different readers, they have different ways of reading. We have different people doing different things, but it's all part of the divine collective purpose of helping humanity as a whole, right? But it starts with the individual, right? It starts with self. You got to get yourself together. As you raise your vibration, you raise the vibration of the people around you. Do you understand how that works? You are an example, especially if you're a parent, male or female. You are always serving as an example to your children, to your peers, to your coworkers, to your family members. When you stay at a high vibration, people around you are going to start to either raise their vibration along with you, or they're going to naturally fall away. Because if they're in resistance and they're not on the level or they're ready, they're going to naturally kind of um I'm not going to say that they're going to you're never going to see these people again, but your level of interaction or the way you interact with these people are going to be completely different. Some of you guys will be cutting people off. Some of you guys will be walking away from connections with family, with friends, with whoever, places and things, because you're going to realize it doesn't serve you because you are vibrationally not a match. for that energy or those people anymore, right? So in the book, All Paths Lead to Home, I'm going to read this to you because it's important. It says it's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within. Hold on, my son's coming inside. Okay, you're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within, and to let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world. And that's why I said this morning, I didn't get up and jump on live. I said I had to meditate first. I said I had to connect first. I said I had to listen to a guided meditation first before consuming anything from the outside world. This includes consuming food. Includes looking at your phone and going on social media. This includes, talking to other people around you. This includes watching TV, watching the news. But start from within first. Get centered in the heart space. Get aligned in all your chakras. Get grounded, get centered, and you set the tone. That's how you set the tone. I talked about this. The reason why I'm taking the time to come on as, more as consistently as possible is because I'm trying to get you guys to create a habit of constantly being reminded that it is time to check in with self. It is time to check in with self. I'm just reminding you yourself, beloveds, yourself. Stop focusing on everybody else. Everybody else has their path. Everybody else has a series of choices and decisions that they have to learn and make on their own. And all you can do is be you. And in being you, you essentially, on a vibrational level, you are helping people, whether you can see it or not. But if you're not right within, if you're not right with self, if you're not in a healthy state, you can't help nobody. You can't. So it says here, this card appears, if this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day, before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from feeling at a homeness and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need many conscious people as possible, living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being. When you are centered and when you know self, nothing can shake you. Not no family members, not no children, not no bosses, not no friends, none of that. No bills gonna shake you. No boyfriend gonna shake you. No girlfriend's gonna shake you because you are connected. And then it says, as a state where you draw your strength, your authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. So the Star Sees Soul inquiry says, how are you being called to turn your gaze inwards? Now, that's a real question. It's not rhetorical. I want you guys to tell me, how do you think you're being called to turn your gaze inward? So please oblige and oblige me and type in, how do you think you're being called on a spiritual level? How do you think you're being guided to go within? Like, what are some of the circumstances that you've been facing that has been saying, go within, go within Tiara, go within Free, go within Leslie, go within Elle, go within Shelly, and whoever else is watching? How do you think you're being called to do that? And then I want you to think about why you're being called to do it. How are you being called to turn your gaze inward? And I want you to think about why. Why do I why has spirit called me to turn my gaze inward? Because I lost myself um dealing with my reality, my life, right? I lost myself at some point in my particular journey and was allowing external factors to shake me to my core, allowing things to make me always worry and be in a constant state of anxiety or to be in a constant state of depression. So spirit kept calling to me, calling to me, calling to me. And I kept being inspired to make changes. I kept being inspired to, I want to say, to reject the things that I was so used to, because the things that I was so used to weren't making me happy. Reject the fact that I feel like I'm not good enough. I had to tell myself I need to reject this. Every time I started to feel bad about myself, I felt immediately emotional reaction to it. Like I would cry, like I would start crying because I'm like, I don't want to feel this way. My body started to reject feeling a certain way. I started to reject feeling a certain way. And it was a struggle, it was a constant struggle of what am I needing to do? Am I going to change these thoughts and feelings? Then Spirit says, go within. You can't rely on nothing outside of you because everything is impermanent. You can't rely on people. You can't rely on lovers. You can't rely on friends. You can't rely on family. The only person I had left was myself. At the end of the day, when I left work, when I left that toxic environment, at the end of the day, when your friends don't show up for you when you need them, at the end of the day, when your lovers don't show up, your parents don't show up, your family don't show up, all you have is yourself. So Elle decided to share, and I thank you, Elle. Elle says, I experienced an almost unexplainable fatal incident in July. It has forced me to really examine the why. He shined light on the meaningless of some of the things people I wasted time on, forced me to get grounded and to set boundaries, stop overexerting myself. I was always putting others before me for the sake of remaining loyal, but I was killing and emptying myself. Thank you for being transparent. Shartuk says she left 18 months back. She left you and you guys were together for 6 years. I'm not going to answer that because that's not the space, okay? But I thank you for typing in this chat. Elle says when for the first time I needed people, it was like a ghost town, but it forced me to put myself first, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you are left with just self, when you're left with nobody, that you are the people that you were loyal to, all the people that you were helping out, all the people that you were I was there for. When you're left with nothing, all you're left with is yourself. So why not always choose self? And sometimes experiences like with the one that Elle has um, expressed are the reasons why we have to go within. Because at the end of the freaking day, you come in this world on your own, and baby girl, and whoever's watching, you're gonna leave on your own. So go within. How are you being called? Clarify that, Spirit. What's the message for the collective? The problem is you're not trusting yourself, trusting the reverse. And then we have the Six of Swords at the bottom, healing begins. Not trusting. You're not trusting where you're being led. You're not trusting your intuition. You're not trusting yourself. Rejoice. The universe is looking out for you. Now is the time to trust that the path you're on is, in fact, the right one. Believe that whatever you desire concerning affairs of the heart can be manifested in the proper time and for your highest good. Trusting the universe takes courage, but it also removes the burden of doing it all on your own. When do you feel alone in a situation? It can diminish your energy and desire to take action, right? Okay, when you feel alone in a situation, so whenever you feel alone, whenever you feel like there's nobody there for you, it can make you feel a lack of motivation. It can make you feel uninspired. It can make you feel like giving up. Spirit says it can diminish your energy and desire to take action that will improve the situation, right? This card reminds you that you are not alone. And it is also a reminder that positive energy is available to you to manifest what you truly desire. In addition to trust, this card of action, this is a card of action and opportunity. Once we know that the universe has our back, we are free to take the all important leap of faith and pursue our dreams concerning affairs of the heart or any type of desire that you have. Put aside any fear, disillusionment, frustration, or hopelessness and open your heart to what you desire. Do it now with the carefree innocence that you had as a child. That last clip that I posted, if you guys were listening to him, what did he say? He said you need to be connected to your innocence and don't take life so seriously. And I didn't even choose, I didn't even know what was going to come up. I just randomly pick a spot. And that's what he was talking about. He said, don't take life so serious. Be like a child. Be adventurous. Children don't be thinking about bills. Children not thinking about all the bad things that are happening in the world. They just want to have fun. You are meant to be happy. You're not put on earth to suffer just to suffer. You're put on earth to enjoy being a human, to enjoy physical content. There's other beings and entities in other galaxies, star systems, planets that don't even have a physical body. They don't have sex. They don't eat food that we eat. They don't get to enjoy pleasures the way we enjoy pleasures. They may have other types of pleasure, but as humans, we have a lot of experiences that are pleasurable, eating foods, going out with your friends, hanging out with your boo, having sexual relations, and just enjoying being alive. But a lot of us are spending too much of our time just moping around, depressed, sad, hurt, broken, lost, addicted to substances, addicted to negative emotions, stuck in an old repetitive pattern. That doesn't give you the space that you need to be able to manifest the life you want, the freedom that you want, the ability to do whatever you want. It doesn't, because you're too busy having to heal and having to learn how to get out of that pattern, right? So spirit says, do it now with the carefree innocence that you had as a child and expect to receive what you need. Take steps to find love or to improve or straighten a relationship. Take some risk and maintain an attitude of positive expectancy, right? Or expectation, having a positive expectation. Whether it's a relationship with another person or the relationship with yourself, now time to take action. Even a good relationship can be improved. What steps can you take to achieve what you desire? That's another question. What steps can you take to achieve what you desire? The affirmation is I open myself to giving and receiving love. That is for my highest good. And I'm going to repeat that. I open myself to giving and receiving. What do I always talk about when it comes to the heart chakra? Because we're looking at the sacred tarot for the heart. This is a heart base. What do I always say? I say, don't, for you to be in the flow, you need to be open to giving, right? Because a lot of you guys are very giving, but y'all have a hard time receiving. And that's why there's an imbalance in your life. You give it, you give it, you're giving, you're giving, but never receiving anything in return. That's not fair. That's not balance, right? And it's not fair that other people are always receiving and never giving anything back. And on an individual level, you cannot be in the state of flow because energy is like needs a conduit, right? Energy needs to flow along a conduit so that it can flow, right? From one point to the other, equal give and take. Exactly. So you are the conduit of this energy. And if you are blocked off to receiving, you're going to be in a constant state of feeling lack. I don't have enough. I'm not enough. I'm lacking love. I'm lacking money. I'm lacking joy. I'm lacking fun. right? I'm lacking inspiration. I'm lacking creativity. You don't want to be in that energy. So Spirit says, I open myself to giving and receiving love that is for my highest good. The archetype is the Fool card. And the Fool card is number 0 in the Tarot deck. It is the beginning point. It is you, the initiate. You go to 0, and then the last card, Major Arcana, is card number 21, which represents the World card, I believe. Yeah. Last card in the Major Arcana should be World. It could be Judgment. Hold on. Card 21, World. Yeah. It's about a fool's journey through his life. Take, having to learn how to trust the universe, to trust his intuition, to trust that sometimes you have to take risks to be able to have new opportunities. It is in the reverse. Spirit says all paths lead to home, and home, feeling at home, is it starts from within. It really does. And when you recognize that, Spirit says then healing can begin. Six of Swords. And the Swords card is here because this is all about the way you think and the way you speak. And it's a transitory energy because Spirit says you are in transition to this. You're in transit. Transit is about movement. You are transitioning from one state to the other. You are in the process of healing. But to initiate healing, you have to understand that it starts with you. You have to heal. You have to make changes internally, and then you see the changes externally. I'm going to pull a final message from the Starseed Oracle deck for what we need to know in this moment. Hey, Hagar, Great Rising. What do we need to know in this moment? For highest and holiest good spirit. Ooh, Spirit says you're being cracked open. Oh my God. Spirit says you are being cracked open. When you experience rock bottom, if y'all could see that, it means it's time to surrender to the alchemy of your life. Rock bottom. Sometimes rock bottom is what pushes us to surrender. Sometimes it is that breakdown that is going to get us to the breakthrough. So you're in this energy where Spirit is cracking you wide open. And Spirit says, because you are a child of the cosmos. And it says, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. But Spirit has to crack you open first. Crack open, it sounds kind of scary, doesn't it? Right? It sounds scary, doesn't it? To be cracked open. But doesn't it feel like that? Doesn't it feel like everything is falling apart, or that you have reached rock bottom? Or have you ever been in the space of feeling like you're at rock bottom? If you have felt this, please raise your hand. It says here in the book, as I like her messages, um, don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home. Again, another reference for home. Home is where the heart is. Hey, Mother of the Season, Great Rising to you. At the center front of your life, it's through the extreme pressure. And when I talk about pressure, I always talk about diamonds, right? And I think it's a great metaphor because I feel like the pressure, the being broken down and hitting rock bottom, is knowing that Spirit is turning you into a diamond. It's that pressure that is going to push you out of that old patterning. It's the pressure that's going to motivate you to want different. How many people have seen women that have gone through abusive relationships that are or that have hit rock bottom with gaining so much weight or being depressed, and you see them have these success stories where they changed their life around and now they're successful. Now they're at their ultimate optimum health, or now they have met the person of their life. How many of you guys have seen that? And it's men and women, people coming from the very, very, very bottom and reaching to the very, very top. Addicts becoming millionaires, poor people becoming, millionaires, or, you know, people that have were raised in very impoverished situations and are now successful. You hear that all the time, because spirit knows that sometimes what it takes to motivate you, sometimes it takes you to be cracked open to prepare you to where you need to be. It says here, um, at the center of your at the center front of your life, it's through the extreme pressures of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. Proper faith in our light is ignited. I Let me read that again. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith. It is when things are that are it's when things get to their darkest is when we have proper faith. That's when we have 100% trust, when things get to their darkest. And it's true. How many people have ever been around somebody on their deathbed, or in that position where you're on your deathbed, or you're in the hospital and you're sick and you're not sure if you can, or if you're going to live or die? I've had that situation happen to me. My little sister had needed a liver transplant. They didn't have any transplants. My sister was 16, 17, and the doctor gave her 6 months to live. She was on her deathbed. And it's those type of situations. Have you ever been in that situation? I know not everybody, where you have complete 100% faith because you don't have no control. It's either she get a new liver or she dies. And that's when you're like, I have to trust in a higher power. I'm not a doctor. I have to put my 100% trust in these doctors and these medical um, practitioners, and I have to put 100% trust in my faith, and I have to have 100% trust in a divine higher power, right? When you are put in that position where there is so much pressure, where you don't even know if you're going to live or you're going to die, or somebody around you is going to live or die. This is what spirit is talking about. Sometimes we get to a point, a breaking point, and that is where we find our breakthrough. Spirit says it is through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, your sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. This is beautiful. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds, and in ways we can only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. You must be cracked open first, beloveds. It says, when your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pains, and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibilities that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and your hurt happen for you and not to you. Bless the things that broke you down and crack you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. The soul inquiry says, how can you let life crack you open? And I know you guys are like, but I can't take no more magic. I can't take no more, right? I know some of you feel like you're ready to give up. I know some of you guys are tired, exhausted even. But Spirit says you are the child of the cosmos, and that the intelligence of the universe lies within you. And a lot of the information stored within you, a lot of your light can't get through to other people until you are cracked open. There's a mysterious force that governs all of life, an intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom and the tides and seasons when to come and go. That intelligence is within you too. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It's the part of you that informs every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will. It is easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from the pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling that we need to go it alone. We can feel isolated and as if we need to figure things out for ourselves, to rely on our own strength. But you're being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells. To remember that you're a precious child of the loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all of the intelligence, the wisdom, the strength, the flow, and qualities that ever were, are, and ever will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when to bloom, then you do too. And the inquiry is, how can you surrender more deeply to the intelligent flow of life? How can you surrender? How can you let life crack you open so that you can be more connected to you more than you ever was before? Because what you were was in a constant state of imbalance. And Spirit says it's now time for you to find that balance, now time for you to get centered in the heart space so that you can experience the sweetness of life. Time for you to shine. Depressed, hurt, sad. It's time for you to shine. Remember, I said that light needs to come out. Remember, look at it. I said, Spirit's cracking you open because you have a light that is needing to get in and to come out. And I'm saying get in because I feel like a lot of us have been in darkness, and I think that that light is cleansing to you. And a lot of you guys need to be cleansed of that darkness, and that could be anything, whatever you perceive it to be. You know, for me, it was depression. It was depression and sadness, and it was a lot of different things. But today, you're being admonished, okay, to know that you have light, you are light, and your light is healing. This card symbolizes the positive and powerful energy that now surrounds you. By embracing this energy, you can improve current relationships, you can improve your life, and you can see yourself in a glowing orb of brilliant golden light. Believe in the power of this light to infuse your relationships with enthusiasm, life, and greater love and understanding. See it moving outward, surrounding all the people you know and filling them with joy and hope. So, Spirit says, see your light moving outward, surrounding the people you know, because that's what this is about. It is getting this light to come out, opening you up so that you can start to heal everybody around you because it's a vibrational thing. It's a vibration. This is about raising the vibration, raising that vibe, because you are going to influence people on a very subtle level, right? Intricate level, energetically. When you shine your bright, everybody that is caught in that light is absolutely going to be healed and affected by it. Spirit says visualization can be quite powerful, so use it to magnetize and attract what you want in your life. It is also time for you to let your own light shine. You are an amazing being. You're magnificent. And I love that. You are magnificent. And I think that this is, you know, this powerful this morning because I find the magnificence in you was birthed several years ago. I want to say up to 6 years ago, before I even thought about even opening a YouTube channel. I started a blog on WordPress and I named it Find the Magnificence in You because the first thing that I wrote, first blog entry was it was titled that, Find the Magnificence in You. I gotta find it somewhere. And I want y'all to read it. But that was the first piece of that was my first piece that I wrote, that I channeled and was consciously um manifesting, and I didn't even understand at that time. In hindsight now I could see how that has manifested into what it is now. And you know, and I know that in the future maybe 7 years ago, I had the person that I was friendly with on Twitter, and he emailed me one day and he said to me, this is before I even knew anything about tarot. I couldn't even fathom me being on YouTube like back then. And he said that you have a purpose and you're gonna change the world. Like you have a purpose to help humanity in some way. And I'm like, what? He said, I had a vision of you. You're going to be helping humanity. And I'm like, me? I was just a regular person with a regular job. I'm a single mom. And I couldn't see myself as somebody helping people. How? I don't even talk to people. I'm a hermit. I'm a recluse. I go to work. I go home. I'm a homebody. I'm like, who, me? And then now look at me. I couldn't imagine that. And this person, he kind of gave me a prophecy. And I'm like, who, me? I gotta find that email. That's crazy. I don't know if I still have it, but I'm gonna look for it though. But back to what I was saying. You are magnificent. Realizing and believing this is the key to unlocking your personal potential. So Spirit is saying you are magnificent. And I'm telling you to find the magnificence in you. Because Spirit says realizing and believing that you are magnificent is the key to unlocking your personal potential. Damn, I feel like Spirit is trying to tell me something. Be confident in your dealings with others. Use your talent to point relationships in a positive, empowering directions. Letting your own light shine will act as a beacon to attract others to you. People of like mind and similar vibration. Didn't I say this was a vibrational thing? That as you heal, you are going to heal other people. As you heal, as you allow life to crack you open, you are going to be more open to healing people. You are going to be more open. All that light will be able to shine through to infect or affect the people around you. Infectious, right? And like someone having an infectious laugh that makes you ever heard someone laugh and then you automatically had to laugh too because it was infectious. Well, it's like the energy that you're putting out there. It becomes infectious. People are going to be like, you inspired me. And they are going to be inspired and they're going to start their healing journey and then they're going to heal other people. It's a domino effect. That's how the collective consciousness works. Everybody is in this together. We're all connected because as we heal, we raise the vibration, not only our vibration, but the vibration of the planet. And it says, letting your own light shine will act as a beacon to attract others to you, people of like mind and similar vibration. It will also encourage others to let their own light shine. Harness the amazing energy surrounding you and shining within you. Use this energy to break through any obstructions that stand in the way of complete happiness. Know that you deserve the best. People are attracted to you when you are joyful, when you are enthusiastic, and when you are confident. Radiate these qualities into the world and see the beautiful things you attract. If you have not been in a joyful, radiant, and abundant energy, the people around you are not going to be joyful, radiant, and abundant. That is the reality. So if you're having trouble in your relationships, with your partnerships, with your friendships, and with your lovers, and with your coworkers, and your bosses, and your family, you got to change your vibration. Okay. So I thank y'all. And I'm going to end with a few words from that person that I said I was listening to. And I'm randomly, I don't know what he's going to say here, but I'm going to end with a few words. And then I want to end the live. And I want to say, use this live as inspiration for you guys to shine your light, for you guys to understand that things are happening for you, that you are being cracked open because you have a purpose. And your purpose is to help, is to heal people, and is to encourage and to inspire people, and it is to be happy. With that being said,
Two, three, four, four, three, two, one. Release, release, 100% release. I'm getting now that the cords have been released from your being. And right now I'm seeing swimming. I'm seeing that you are moving at high speeds. So for me, you've raised your vibration and you're more connected with the universe. Because water, if you can imagine yourself in water,
I can't make this up.
like a fish in water doesn't know it's in water. You know what I mean? It's like right now you're more connected with the universe, way more connected, and you should feel that. So just surrender any remaining energies here to feel totally connected, totally whole, totally complete. Releasing all energies, connected energies, related energies, similar energies, all energies known and unknown, all energies seen by higher power, releasing these energies for all time, dimension, and space. And we're getting some light language now. So I'm just going to do some light language here. Releasing all the energies around your heart chakra. Releasing all energies, connected energies, related energies, similar energies, all energies known and unknown, all energies seen by higher power. Releasing these energies for all time, dimension, and space in all directions. Sabotage 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Inception 1, 2, 2, 1. Release, release, 100% release. Be happy, be love. Be happy, be love. Feel that? And I'm just going to do one final overall release. Global overall release, overall purge, overall surrender. So get ready to bring everything up, everything that you can think of that's frustrating you or making you angry. It might be hard to bring into your mind right now since we've done so much releases, but try to bring anything that you can think of that's frustrating you, making you angry or frustrated, upset, things not going your way. Bring all of these energies in right now, think of them, and here we go. Bubble it up a little bit more, just multiply the feeling. Get ready to surrender, releasing all energies, connected energies, related energies, similar energies, all energies known and unknown, all energies seen by higher power, releasing all through all time, dimension, and space, all the way through the ancestry. Releasing all sabotage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 100% release. Releasing all the way back to its inception. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Release. 100% release. And